Okay, so nothing to do with the engine build, but a very exciting day nonetheless. After years of having absolutely terrible rear lights, I have finally purchased a set of used rear lights. Interestingly, I thought they were maybe in slightly better condition. As you can see, there's some refraction that's happened in there as the actual plastic itself has sort of started to crack and split on the inside, but that's not too bad. I suppose they'll do. I'll show you particularly why I wanted to get rid of the existing ones that I've got. These are Series 1, they're not the facelift one. No, Series 1 doesn't exist. They're pre-facelift ones, not the facelift ones. As you can see, they haven't got the sort of slightly raised, almost sort of matte-looking inserts in between, but that's not too bad. But I'll show you the existing ones and why they're going to be better. So these are the existing ones, and as you can clearly see, there's actually quite a lot of cracking and refraction, science word, in there, which actually, when the brake lights are applied, you can actually see sort of haloing out from under them. And it's the same with that one. Also, I've got a little spider there that's been living in my tail light for about the last 2 or 3 years, decomposing accordingly. So that's going to be a really good addition to the car. I think the wiring is exactly the same, but we'll see when we take them off. And I'll just be doing a little walkthrough as to how I actually fit the new tail lights, which isn't a huge process, but I'll cover it nonetheless. And as we walk up the side of the car, the latest addition to the car, which is absolutely filthy at the moment, is DI Racing's lovely stickers, one on each side. Thanks, Damien, for those. Yeah, fantastic. Hey, there's me. So taking the first light out now, and wizardry would dictate I need some kind of camera holder so I can do this productively. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clean up all of this, because there is the argument, oh, you never see it. Oh, yeah, but it's probably been sitting in a field somewhere. I actually got these from Poland for the last 10 years or so. So I'm going to clean the back of this, and I'm going to be using, should have had this prepared, I'm going to be using the trusty detailing brush and a little bit of APC, watered down quite considerably so there's no colour in it at all. And then and I've managed to find one, a non-oily microfiber cloth in the garage. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the wiring off of it, so I can just have a look at it. I don't think I'm going to reuse it, and it's only held on by one screw here, one screw here. Take these off. I'll probably take this little clip off, which actually looks broken. Fantastic. I'll take that off, take the wiring off, and then I can give it a right good clean. It also looks like it might have at some point been taken apart. There's just something about the way it's glued. You can see in there, I don't know, looks like a little bit of gum in there. Doesn't look particularly stock, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to take these off because I'm going to clean them up, I'm going to polish them, and hopefully not make the sort of back cracking worse, and then go from there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I just want to give it a really, really light polish. I've picked up this wonderful little device. Oh, is that going to focus? It's a little hand polishing machine. It was about £5 from AliExpress. Thank you, AliExpress. It is quite literally the world's crappiest and worst little polishing device. So if you've seen these and you thought, I'm going to get me one of those, they keep appearing on TikTok shops and little Facebook adverts and stuff like that, going, oh my god, they're so amazing. They're really not. But it'll do, because I only want a light polish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using some Auto Bright Direct, not sponsored. Correct it. It's a really light polish, just to get rid of sort of minor swells or imperfections. Actually, sorry, no, I've just realised I've picked up the wrong bottle. I'm not going to be using Auto Bright Direct. I am going to be using this stuff, which I can never say the brand of, and it's the Final Finish. It's a really light polishing compound, so I'm going to be using that and give it a little polish. Now, if I remember correctly from last time I used this, it should stop working in approximately 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, we have liftoff. It has carried on working. So, give it a little polish. Again, nice and bright. days, what I found is if I use the bigger DA polisher, I've got the Dodo Juice Big DA polisher. If I use that, I tend to just cause more damage and chaos than I'm actually taking off. So it tends to crack the inner side of the lens, which has happened with the headlights. So that's that. That's fantastic. It looks a little bit shinier, and I think that'll do for the headlight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hydrocoat these as well, and I'm going to clean up the plastics using some wonderful TikTok shop style AliExpress crap, plastic parts renovator. That'll bring a bit of black back to the parts that have just started weathering a little bit, and then we'll do the same. So there we go, less than 20 minutes, one messy workbench, and we have a lovely back to black style, slightly polished, crack kind of tail light. It looks very nice and looks a damn sight better than when it first arrived. The back looks very different, as it was covered in half a field. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. As I said, I got this plastic parts renovation from Temu, maybe AliExpress. It cost about £3, and I mean, it does the job. It's I mean, those parts are now black. There we go, fantastic. Okay, so at the back of the car again now, and I know what you're thinking with this level of cinematography. Am I the person that people like Matt Armstrong wake up at night, like, scared of and taking over all of their subscribers? I sense it probably isn't going to happen. But the rear tail lights are really easy to come out. 2 little bolts, screws, nuts, you know, proper mechanic words. And that's going to come out. Is the screwdriver the right size? No, probably not. Should I have used a socket? Yeah, probably. But it is coming out nice and easily. And then what we should find, that one comes out, thrown in the boot randomly. There's 2 clips at the back, one of which I've probably just broken by doing that, with only using one hand. Let's see if we can get that one out. Oh, look at that, there's a small field behind there as well, fantastic. Okay, so that just slips out. This is the right hand side, it slips out over the barrel for the lock. And there's all the gubbins. So I in fact have unbroken clip and no clip. I have unbroken clip and no clip. There we go, that's better than the other one, which had 2 broken clips. So I'm just going to take this off now by taking off all the connectors, and I'll see what it looks like in comparison to the other one. Something which has vaguely occurred to me. I think one of the bulbs were a different colour. Yes, they were. That's interesting. So that is the equivalent bulb, and that's red. The reflector's red. Where's that red? Curious. Anyway, I don't really care too much about that, so I'm going to bring the old light out, the new light out, and swap them over. And there we have it. One new set of rear lights, what look proper and everything. There we go, the last thing to do is shut these wonderfully replaced gas struts, have a walk out and tidy up all the crap I've created. So, what did I learn from this? Well, nothing really. I just used the screwdriver, pulled stuff, and then polished stuff. And it's okay. So, what I'm going to do now, I've got my new Polish, thank you very much, Poland, tail lights is moved back onto the engine. So, the next thing that I'm going to try and achieve is the valve stem seals, collets, keepers, blah blah blah, removal from the head. That's the next job. But probably in the next video, what I'll do is I'll get back to the engine and I'll just go through what I found with the spun bearing, the state of the crankshaft, and a few other really super interesting things like that. If you've enjoyed it, please like the video, and yeah, I'll keep posting.